mere depth of 3 kilometers. This body of magma was estimated to be a mere 2 meters or 6.6 feet wide, but don't let that small figure fool you, as it still contained 80 million cubic meters of magma. While we don't know for sure of the composition of the current intrusion, I see absolutely Ethiopian volcanoes no reason why it wouldn't be even shallower than 3 kilometers and also basaltic. However, what is most concerning is that magma seemingly reached its final maximum shallow depth very early on in the intrusion and then began propagating horizontally, accounting for the vast majority of the earthquakes. In other words, unless dedicated sensors are placed on the ground right next to this ongoing volcanic unrest, we could potentially miss the next time an intrusion occurs, as by the time earthquakes large enough to be noted by the seismometer in Addis Ababa are noted, it could be too late and the volcano may have already erupted. And now, the third piece of bad news. While in my "this happened before" interpretation, it does appear that magma is no longer getting any shallower, just propagating further horizontally, primarily to the northeast. It seems quite likely that more magma dikes are likely to occur in the short to mid-term future. I say this not only because we witnessed the exact same series of events on Iceland's Reykjanes Peninsula since 2019, but also because the Fentail volcano at the southern end of the newly formed magma dike also experienced a greatly accelerated rifting event approximately 215 years ago. That event resulted in a series of at least 3 volcanic eruptions across 3 distinct volcanoes sometime between 1805 and 1820. Resulting in 53.34 square kilometers or 20.6 square miles being covered in a layer of fresh basaltic lava. Now, we don't know if this occurred within a month, a year, or more than a decade of each other, but due to its apparent similarity to ongoing events, it would be reasonable to expect more magmatic intrusions and possibly even actual magmatic eruptions to occur in the next several years here. In other words, if and when people are allowed to return, which should not be done yet since the area is not completely safe yet in terms of volcanic eruption and seismic hazards at the present, they may have to end up evacuating again multiple times in the next several years. While the early 1800s accelerated rifting eruptions appear to have only been mildly explosive, hence the formation of cinder cones, I cannot guarantee that the same will occur this time around, especially if a vent forms underneath or near a lake such as Lake Basaka, as that would almost certainly result in a highly explosive eruption. Stay tuned for more updates.